Those who walk the most in the light will often find themselves in the darkest of night. But those who find shadows feel will never understand how to heal. So together we move onwards and up. Forever our love will be enough. I hope you enjoy this video. Hello and welcome. Today's topic is going to be actually about me. I wanted to talk about a problem that I've had my entire life, and that problem is I can't handle change. For example, if Jen says, tonight at 7:30, we're going to go out to a restaurant and we're going to order sweet tea. The way that my brain works, and the reason I say this is in case any of you have this issue, but the way my brain works is that I then proceed to think about every single thing that could happen from now until the dinner at 7:30. And I go through every situation, how I'll react, what I should do. I'm the kind of guy that you walk into a room and I look around all of the exits and I plan, if that guy over there freaks out, here's where I go. If that guy over there freaks out, here's where I go, what I do. I can't help it. I have obsessive compulsive thoughts. It's just something I've always dealt with. But one thing I wasn't sure of is why I get so upset. Not like I'm hitting anyone or freaking out, but I get very distraught if that day we're about to leave to be there at 7:30 and something changes and she says, actually, let's go tomorrow. Let's do something different. Oh, crap. Now my brain starts going nuts. Everything I had been obsessively preparing myself for has now changed. And now I'm absolutely unprepared for the new situation. And it takes me sometimes a good hour to 2 hours to really drop that anxiety that I'm feeling about the change. But there is a way to avoid that. Hang on. You know me, I like to go through the parts that don't necessarily always have a trail. So, the reason that I think this way, and it's unconfirmed by a doctor, but when I was 11, I was in a car accident and I had severe frontal lobe damage to my brain. And after that, I obsessed a lot more. I used to stay awake when I was a kid, teenager, and go through the whole day, everything that had happened. And the cool thing / bad thing is that I could remember nearly the entire day, which is interesting because I actually had short-term memory loss problems after the accident. For the first year, I would go to my room to fold my laundry or something and completely forget why I was in there. And not like your regular ADD forgetfulness, but like I went in my room and didn't even remember I had forgotten anything. I would just start doing something else. And that was a tremendous problem for me at first. But the other part about that is at the end of the day, I will remember everything that I forgot at the beginning of that day. So what I would do is at night, I would run through the entire day over and over and over. And my thoughts would get lost going into new possibilities of how the day could have gone, how I could have handled myself, how to maybe the next time avoid getting made fun of for something I said or did. And I wouldn't sleep. So I'd be hours and hours and hours into the night without any sleep. Perfectly fine, like 100% recharged, 4 to 5 hours. But as an adult, it can get in the way of certain things in my relationship because she's just trying to make a very simple, normal change, maybe something to involve another person who wasn't involved before, because she wants to be with her family. And I do too. But the part that's hard to explain is that I can't initially control how I feel about that. And without the practice that I'm putting in over these years, I would never get over that. So what's something you can do if every time something changes, you freak out, or if something new happens, you get anxiety and go crazy? You must understand the result of every situation you've been in. Kind of do what I was doing, where I was thinking too much about everything, and go into memories where things changed and just they turned out amazing, where things were really cool and you had a great time even though you weren't expecting it. Find a memory where that happened and take that feeling and apply it to yourself in the situation you're in now. So the most important thing you can do is don't initially freak out. Don't give everyone that understanding, that knowledge that you're about to freak out, or you are currently. Instead, when you feel it, don't say it. Just pause. Take a deep breath. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. And take that memory that you've already prepared of a time when everything worked out fine. Remember how you actually felt when you realized, holy cow, I'm having a great time. Put that feeling into where you are now and trick your body into believing that you've already found out this was a great thing. And you'll find over time that the overreactions get a little bit less and a little bit less, until eventually you feel the initial pang of that, but everything after is gone, and you no longer have to feel that anxiety. I hope this has helped you. If you have obsessive thoughts, the best thing to do is to pause, because the brain is going to recycle and replay things. It's kind of damaged in a way. And so it plays these things, they fire and they go around and around and around. And eventually, I promise you, it will go. You have to put real, concerted, thoughtful effort into it. As with anything in this life, if you want it like this, it's never going to be what you thought it would be. Instead, build everything in your life from its foundation with solid concrete, layer by layer, reinforcing it, rebar it with positive thoughts, positive ideas and experiences. And you will have a building, a home, a house, this, that can survive even the toughest earthquake. You couldn't burn it down if you tried. You know, maybe it could be partially broken, sure, but it can be rebuilt. That's the kind of body I want you to build. And I don't mean this one physically, but I mean the integrity of your mind, the integrity of your soul, the ability to fight back and recover every time, no matter what happens to you. That's what I want for you. I don't want you to have a perfect life. A perfect life is extremely boring. But just remember, when everything feels like it's shaking and quaking and it's about to crumble, if you just be still, you'll survive it. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.